Hello everyone, it's me Sangeet Katel to give web-based model presentation on the topic of investigation of mechanical properties of brass Francis turbine manufactured by local investment casting technique in Nepal. In this presentation, the basic background of the topic, methodology, results will be discussed. This work is done with the aim to check mechanical properties of brass Francis turbine. The turbine was 14 kilowatt Francis turbine of Turbine Testing Lab, Kathmandu University. Starting from the introduction, the estimated power potential in Nepal is 83,000 megawatt, where the economical feasible hydropower potential in Nepal is only 43,000 megawatt. The demand for electricity energy in Nepal will reach 3600 megawatt by the year 2027. Nepal generally imports turbine from the foreign countries. This shows the bells put in Nepalese temple, which was made from the casting techniques, uh, as casting is hereditary profession in Nepal since ancient period till now. These bells were casted without understanding engineering practice. With the modern advancement in understanding of casting process, the conventional casting facilities and techniques could be used to develop turbine manufacturing capabilities in Nepal. With these motivations, Turbine Testing Lab has done casting of 14 kilowatt brass Francis turbine by investment casting method. So, to conduct our testing of mechanical properties of casted brass Francis turbine, the runner and riser part of the 14 kilowatt Francis runner were collected in tensile compressive sharp impact testing in microscopic study were performed. Due to limitation of material for specimen to perform all tests, the chips originated while machining investment casting materials were collected, and again these materials were sand casted to make testing specimens at the same condition as investment casting technique. Sharp impact testing were performed by considering ASTM standard in sharp impact test having maximum 300 joule energy at Kathmandu University laboratory. There were two specimens of investment casting and four were from sand casting. This shows the total average energy consumed in joule. The average energy consumed in sand casting is higher than the average energy consumed in investment casting. So, there were casting defect in the investment casting of 14 kilowatt Francis runner might be the conclusion from this test. These are the specimens after sharp impact test. Similarly, compression tests were performed by considering ASTM standard. Compressive tests were performed on the compression testing machines having the capacity providing 100 kilonewton of the load. There were 4 specimens of investment casting to perform the compression test. The average compressive strength was found to be 1022.61 megapascal. There were changes in shapes of the specimen after compression test. Cracks occur for specimen 1 and specimen 4. No cracks were observed in the specimen 2 and specimen 3, but changes in shapes were observed. The materials were assumed to be brittle. The brittle fracture were not observed, but slip dislocation were observed in specimen 1 and specimen 4. This might also be due to the casting defect in 14 kilowatt brass Francis turbine. In the same manner, tensile testing were performed by considering the ASTM standard. The tensile tests were performed on universal testing machines having the model number U1010 with the having load capacity of 100 kilonewton. As already mentioned, due to the limitations of the materials to perform all the tests, sand castings had been done to perform the test. So all the tensile testing specimens were from the sand casting. The ultimate tensile strengths were found to be 224.24 megapascals. This is a stress-strain curve of all four specimens. The result obtained of the ultimate tensile strengths might not be accurate, but this stress-strain curve shows the trend of the failure. No nicking were observed during the test of the all four specimens. From the stress curve and no nicking observations, the nature of failure is the brittle failure in the tensile testing. These all are the four specimens after the tensile testing of the specimen. These are the specimen. So in specimen 1, there was a void at cross sections of the fracture portion. It might be due to the casting defect. Similarly, in the specimen 3, fracture occur near to the grip section instead of gauge section. This might be also due to the casting defects in improper gripping of uh, specimens during testing. At last, microscopic study of both sand casted and investment casted specimens were observed. The specimen of the microscopic observation were made by the cutting of the materials, and smoothing and grinding was done by 3 silicon carbide prepared in grinding and polishing machine. This table shows the time about which smoothing was done in the different points silicon carbide paper. For polishing, grinding and polishing machine was covered by velvet cloth and liquid of brass was spread in cloth. Each end solution of 125 ml nitric acid and 125 ml distilled water was used. The investigated brass is 60% copper and 40% zinc alloy casted by melting 60% weight of scar copper and 40% weight scar zinc. Casted brass materials consists of 40% weight zinc. The resulting microstructure of the copper zinc alloy is alpha and beta region, because the solubility of limit of zinc in copper is about 35%. Two-phase duplex microstructure could be identified. However, the exact composition of alpha and beta phase could not be evaluated due to the limitation of microstructure. So this type of alpha beta microstructure is known as Weidmann sustained microstructure. The overall mechanical properties of brass alloy depends on alpha and beta composition. The amount of alpha and beta in microstructure not only depends on chemical compositions but also depend on cooling rate. As the cooling during investment casting process of 14 kilowatt Francis Runner was kind of medium rate, the microstructure contains slightly higher beta phase, resulting in relatively brittle brass alloy as compared to alpha brass. These are the microscopic observations of sand casted and investment casted brass. In all the testings, there were some uncertainty, so that the result might not be accurate of the testing. But the trend of result shows the nature of the brittle fracture of the tensile testings and compression testings. So the uncertainty is as follows. In sharp impact test, the V-notch was made by hacksaw, which could not ensure the exact dimension of the V-notch, so the result of sharp impact might not be accurate. There was not calibrated UTM machines, so the values of ultimate tensile strength may not be exact, but it shows that material is brittle nature. Due to the problem in taking images of microstructure of brass, there might be error in scaling of microstructure. So, from all the tests, the following conclusion can be drawn. In sharp impact test, the energy absorbed in the sand casted specimen is higher than the investment casted material due to the casting defect in investment casting. For specimen 1 and specimen 4 of compression test, crack occur due to the slip dislocations of specimen, which might be due to the casting defect. In specimen 2 of tensile test specimen, there was void inside fracture section. This is due to the casting defect. In specimen 3 of tensile test, the fracture occurred near to the grip section instead of gauge section. This is also due to the casting defect and improper gripping of specimen. Microscopic study shows the Weidmann-Staton microstructure. So the properties of brass depends on composition of alpha and beta phase of microstructure. Since there is higher beta phase, which shows that the casted brass is brittle, and it also validates the tensile and compressive result.